serving the people of the 8th District of Wisconsin in the House of Representatives, it's truly an honor of a lifetime. And, my number one goal here to get started was to get a team situated and hired up and develop a very strong team here in my office and to get our district office open for business. And so that was the first thing we did after being sworn in on November 12th. Our district office is open. We have an amazing team and want to certainly welcome anybody that needs help or any help with things that we can address to go ahead and call our office. And that was very important to me to get that open. Sure. Our office is on Shearing Road and Highway 41 in West De Pere. Like I said, it's been an amazing opportunity to be here and representing the great people of District 8. So my number one priority now is to meet as many people in the House of Representatives. There's 435 people in the lower house or the House of Representatives, and it is a team sport. You need to drive consensus to get things done. And so right now, just getting out and meeting folks and developing relationships with folks on both sides, Democrat or Republican. And that's a big opportunity for me. And I'm looking forward to continuing to build those relationships. Again, you need to have consensus. That's how it works. There's laws that are, bills that are presented, and you need to have consensus, and they need to get voted in by majority. And so you do have to have those relationships. And again, I look forward to continuing to build those. You may not even agree with the person on much, if anything, as it relates to policy, but I think we all agree that we want to do what's best for the country. And, really focus on America, the people of District 8. And ultimately, that's my job, is to, again, get to know people and really do the right thing for the people. Again, I'm a kid from Ashwaubenon. I've never left the district. I went to school, public and private schools growing up, and I went to St. Norbert College right in the district. I've always lived in Brown County and never lived away from there. So it is new living here, part-time. And, I tend to come out last minute and get to Washington on fly-in days, and then I come back home once our final votes are done. Like today, I'm heading back home after our votes at 11 because I belong in the district. That's where I live, and that's where I'm always going to live. Look, I look at this as a mission, and I think it's a service mission. I feel obligated to serve the country. I feel it's a need, although I do also want to. But that's part of the job. Not everything you do in your job do you love. Or like at all times, and traveling out to Washington, D.C. Is just part of it, and you just have to grin and bear it and deal with some of the delays, from airlines due to weather and so forth. But again, that's just part of it. Not everything is perfect, but it's worth it. And again, it's an honor to be in the seat. And I've developed a good relationship with Mike Gallagher and also with Reed Ribble, the two that were in this seat for the last 12, 13 years. And I think it's important and to have those good relationships and to, just to understand what it was like when they were there, certainly, asking for advice on things, as it relates to offices or, just a variety of things. They've been in the shoes. And I always like to find and get as much information as I can. And again, have good relationships that I can rely on them for certain things in the future. But both have been very gracious and helpful. Again, this is something that, in our conversations, a lot of this is just, information, questions, texts, those types of things. And again, it's just the start of a real good long-term relationship with both of them. Well, I think the voters in America really made a statement that they are interested and need, and we all need the policies of President Trump, whether that's through the popular vote, through the Electoral College. The statement is we need those policies right now. And it also means that people trust the judgment of President Trump. We've seen him in office for 4 years, and that we need to trust his judgment. He has the ability and he has the right to pick those that he feels will further our country along and provide the reform that we need right now in this country. And I trust his judgment. I think his picks are great, and I'm in full support. And I hope that my colleagues over on the Senate side do pass unanimously. Well, that was the number one issue, was the economy and inflation, especially as I traveled around all 11 counties in our campaign, and it is now. We haven't seen inflation like this for 40 years, and it comes from the reckless spending, certainly during the current administration. And, really what I see it as, inflation is really a tax. And it's the new tax, and it ultimately it really hurts people that are on the poor side and those on fixed incomes. And it comes from, again, reckless spending. And that's why I believe in finding efficiencies. And I'm very excited about the DOGE initiatives with Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and really looking forward to leaning into that. We need to be compassionate, but we also need to find efficiencies in our federal government because otherwise we're going to continue to run into this inflation, and it's going to continue to increase. And that is a tax, and it hurts those that are poor and those on fixed incomes. Well, I think it comes down to free and fair trade. It comes down to taking care of Americans and America first. I think we need to get jobs back here to the best of our ability, get good manufacturing, good paying jobs here in this country. So I think tariffs can be used. I call them more of a smart tariff, strategically, tactically, in order to negotiate, to have leverage with foreign countries and perhaps our adversaries in order to bring them to the table and really negotiate good, free and fair deals. And again, we need to do what's right for the people of America, for the workers, and continue to bring jobs back here. So I think smart tariffs are very effective, and I agree with President Trump. Well, I think what we're seeing right now is weakness in leadership during this current administration. And what comes from weakness in leadership is chaos. And right now we have chaos, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's in Eastern Europe, or potentially in those Eurasia and Asia areas. And that's why I feel so strongly of President Trump being our commander in chief. We see it now. We see the fact that he is a strong leader. He is somebody that people were listening to, and he will bring people to the table and be able to negotiate. We need to de-escalate the wars that are going on around this country. We need to prevent them and ultimately bring about peace. But that can only come through being strong. And our country needs to be strong economically and very, very strong militarily, again, to deter these issues that we see around this country. I'm looking forward to, again, de-escalating and finding peace in the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and throughout the world. Fortunately, we have a great opportunity here, having the Republican majority in the Senate and also now and as the president, and we certainly have it, though slim, in the House. I think we have a lot of work to do. So I'm looking forward to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said, look, the first 100 days, we're going to be very busy. And I think we need to be. We need to be here to work hard for what's right and truly do what we need to do to save this country. We need to take care of our economy and get it roaring again. Unleash our energy dominance in this country. We need to control our border and making sure that, we can't have a country without control of our border. So there's a lot of things that we need to do from that standpoint in order to secure that. And again, I believe in finding peace around this world. So we have a lot of work to do. I'm looking forward to it. That's why I'm here, making public service my sole mission. And again, I appreciate the fact that people sent me here, and I will not let them down. I'm going to work hard. Well, first and foremost, we want to be a resource for the folks of District 8. If you have any issues or you need help with federal agencies or things that we can help with, our office is open. Please do call. We're there. We have a wonderful team that is ready and willing to help you and or point you in the right direction to get whatever it is you need solved. And then here in Washington, from a country, my number one goal is to grow this economy and to help our economy grow, to take care of the inflation issues that people are facing. And I think that's really important right now. I also find, safety and security, that also is very important. But, I want to be compassionate, but find the efficiencies within this federal government. It is too big. But I think people want the government out of their way. They want to be able to live their lives. And I think that's what's most important. So again, it's an honor to be here. And I'm very fortunate to be able to represent the great people in District 8. Yeah, certainly people from the district that are here. But there's already, I know of many tours, school tours that are going to be coming, and we're lining those up, and I want to be available to see them. But yeah, anytime someone from our district is around, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we're available, that I'm available.